Well, the NBA playoffs are finally here. So, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my NBA playoff predictions. I'll be pulling up a bracket and then just picking like who I think will win, and then till we get to the NBA finals, and then I'll pick who I win the finals. You guys get the point. But as always, a quick disclaimer: if you guys disagree with my picks, please leave a comment saying what you agree with and disagree with. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so basically how we will be doing this, I'm just going to be, picking who I think will win in between, like, which one I'll just select here and here. This is off ESPN. I got the Pelicans being the 8th seed for this side, and I got the Heat being the 8th seed for the Eastern Conference. But I don't really think either of those teams are sticking around for too much longer. I got the Celtics defeating the Heat in the series. Then I got the Thunder moving on against the Pelicans. I mean, both 8th seeds. The Heat made a immaculate run last year, but I don't think it's going to happen again this year. I mean, they're really weak right now. But getting into the real predictions, starting off with let's go with the Nuggets and the Lakers. Obviously both teams are really great. Lakers are limping into the playoffs. Obviously, winning to take the 7th seed. The Nuggets, however, are red hot, just barely squeezing in that 2 seed, tying a record with the Thunder. But obviously, the Thunder getting the tiebreaker. So for this one, I think I'm gonna give Jokic and the Nuggets the edge here for this playoff run. Next up, we have the Mavericks and the Clippers. I think, obviously the Clippers have the best roster talent-wise, I would say. But, the Mavericks got, like, the best player in the league, in my opinion. The best player in the league. So I think, you know what, I'm going to go with the upset here. I think the Mavericks are going to take it against the Clippers, and then the Clippers are going to be there scratching their heads. Should we trade Kawhi, Paul George, and James Harden, and draft someone young, or should we keep them and also draft someone young? I don't know. But moving on, we have the Suns and the Timberwolves. Obviously the Suns have a very talented roster, but the Timberwolves, no one expected them to be this good this quickly with Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and Karl-Anthony Towns, but they are. So you know what? I'm going to give the Timberwolves the edge here. With Anthony Edwards, obviously them having the best defense in the league with Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. But as always, we'll have to see. I'm super excited for this year's playoffs. But moving on now, we have the Cavaliers and the Magic. Listen, the Magic has absolutely shocked the world this NBA season. Obviously finishing top 5 in the conference after finishing, top 15 or the years prior. They have a nice young up-and-comer with Paulo Banchero, I think is how you pronounce his name. But I think this year's not the year. I'm going to give the Cavaliers the edge here based on just how well they've been performing lately. But moving on now, I have the Pacers and the Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to win here. It's going to be a clean sweep. The Pacers, obviously they're a very talented team, but honestly, it's going to come to an end here. The Pacers are just not as talented as the Bucks are. No shot that's untrue. And finally, for the first round matchup between the Knicks and the 76ers, the Knicks obviously have a better record over the 76ers this season. They're 3-1 against the 76ers. However, Sixers are going into the playoffs red hot, obviously winning 8 in a row, not including the play-in win. So I'm going to give, not being biased, call me crazy, but I'm going to go with the 76ers getting the edge here over the Knicks. Hopefully they can make it past the second round, which I don't think they will, but, as always, we'll have to see. Alright, moving on to the second round. You got the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. This is by far the toughest decision. The Timberwolves obviously have, like I said, having the best defense. The Nuggets having the could be three-time MVP. But I would say I'm gonna have to go with the Nuggets here, just because Jokic is such a freak. He finds a way to win. He found a way to win last year. So yeah, I'm gonna give the Nuggets the edge here. Moving on, we have the Thunder and the Mavericks. Call me crazy, but I'm going with the Mavericks here. The Mavericks have been on fire this year. Thunder, obviously, no one expected them to be this good this quickly, but they are, and they're going to try to build on their big three with Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander based on their other previous big three, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant. Obviously, yeah, Thunder's a very powerful team, but it's time, if you're asking me. The Mavericks are just going to come up more powerful this time. Moving on now, we have the Cavaliers and we have the Celtics. As much as I don't want to do it, I got to give the Celtics the edge here because the Celtics have just been a dominant team this year, obviously being the only team with over 60 wins. With 64 wins this season, they've just been the most dominant team so far this NBA season. Obviously, you got the 1-2 combo with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. So, yeah, I'm going to give the Celtics the edge here. However, the Cavaliers, we will not see the last of the Cavaliers. They've had an immaculate run this season so far. And the final pick of the second round, we got the 76ers and the Bucks. I think this is where the 76ers season comes to an end. 76ers can never seem to get past the fucking second round because, they're the 76ers. I mean, you do gotta wonder, is Joel Embiid the man for the job? I'm more and more as the seasons go by, I'm starting to doubt that. But hey, I could be wrong. When it comes to 76ers, I love to be proven wrong. But, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, he's just not losing anytime soon. And now we got our Eastern and Western Conference Finals. I think, you know what? Mavericks are heading to the NBA Finals. Mavericks, I can't say enough. The Mavericks are, obviously one of the best teams in the entire league, getting the 5th seed. Mavericks, with Luka, they got a good thing going with Luka. Kyrie, no disrespect to Nikola Jokic. He's the man, but, every good thing's got to come to an end at some point. And now our Eastern Conference Final, the Celtics and the Bucks. This one may be the toughest one yet. The Celtics, they can never seem to win a championship, since their early days. Bucks recently won a championship. I think it was 2021. Yeah, 2021 when they beat the Suns. So, I'm going with the Bucks. Mavericks and Bucks in the NBA Finals. That is my prediction for this year. And finally, your big winner for this year's NBA Finals is, drumroll please, the Dallas Mavericks. I do not think the Bucks will beat the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks finally, Luka Doncic finally getting that championship that has eluded him since his rookie year. Mavericks are on a hot run. The Bucks, no disrespect to them, they're obviously one of the best teams in the league. But the Mavericks, it's their year this time, and there's no doubt about that. Well, there you have it. Those are my NBA playoff predictions. Please, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, guys. We are 15 away from 100 subscribers. Thank you for the guys who have obviously been on a subscribing fee since, I don't know. I've gained 40 subscribers in the last 48 hours. So thank you guys for that. Obviously, make sure to leave a like on this video. And like as I mentioned earlier, if you guys disagree, please leave a comment below. And I will see y'all next time. Enjoy the NBA Finals or the NBA playoffs. Sorry, children.